The fun is just about to begin.
All right. We'll see if we get some divergence right away. As you saw, there are still 2 spawn spots.
Here we go. Inside Link's house, we get 20 rupees inside the sanctuary. Just a map.
Hey, that's going to be important to remember later when they head back to the escape sequence, because that's going to let them know whether or not if they find the key elsewhere, then they have to go into the dark.
Oh, I just missed the map check.
As did I. Hopefully our trackers are on top of that. Shout outs to them. Flesh117 and Weekend.
I'm seeing pendants on Hera and Eastern.
Ooh. That means a lot of crystals in the Dark World, which generally means for a more difficult run.
Oh, no, I'm being told 5 is Hera. Well, we will get the official answer coming up in just a few moments, as we will pause for a resync for all of our runners.
Yeah, do not adjust your television set. We're just trying to get the timers to match. Alright, we got a play to escape by Buane for a bomb upgrade, while arrows come out of the tree pool for Gem. And I missed what the race game was. It's a heart from Uncle.
We get a Uncle heart. We will see if this is an Aghanim required seed, and that's just arrows.
Yep, just arrows. Of course, looking away and missing the library, so it's a good thing the route generally converges in around here.
You know, we commented about how this is a consistent route for all of our runners. So this is part of where this run gets to be helpful for us, because, you know, it's going to be really problematic if we can't see what those items are.
Right. And just a big 20 there in the mushroom spot.
And inside the thief,
ACM is going to take his bomb down here to the hut, because he knows there's more bombs inside. That's good thinking. Meanwhile, we've got Buane making a gamble to get 50-50 off of these bushes.
Yeah, he gets 1 bomb, going to reset, try this again. Now, while he's doing that, Acmlm is filling up on the bombs, getting on up to the maximum.
Yep. Betting on a sure thing, you might say.
Well, you're guaranteed, though, 4 bombs, plus you're going to get some arrows as well.
Yeah, and it doesn't happen often, but now and then you'll see a seed that gets a little bit arrow choked.
Okay, so it's bombs at the race game.
Bombs at the race game, all right.
Boo!
Oh, there you go, in the chicken hut. Well, this seed is off to a fast start, isn't it?
And 20 rupees in the library by the looks of things. So Acmlm's now going to be recharging his way over towards the well and going ahead and checking the usual spots. So you were mentioning about the favorite things about the run with regards to Andy's hover. We got 300 rupees inside the well.
Yeah.
I really did like the hovers. He did a great job doing it. I just really think it was a great environment overall, and we got to see a lot of hype.
King Samaria in the well. Sorry to interrupt.
As we, well, yeah, you are. Gem here with some running through the race game to end up getting some bombs, and hey, we got ripped off by the bottle vendors. So if this was a certain person who is currently stationed overseas in Qatar, he would be saying a catchphrase. We're not him. We're not going to say that catchphrase, but it's good to have that cane right now.
Indeed. And shout outs to Phantom Ryu.
I'm sure he probably wishes he was going to be able to launch that run. If he was able to launch that run, it would be what, about 6 o'clock in the morning his time?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. And a lamp coming out of blinds.
Acmlm seems to be getting all the good items so far, as opposed to our other runners who are going to get these items. They're here in Kakariko Village. But he seems to be picking up an advantage by going into that hut and getting those bombs early.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in open mode where you're not guaranteed a sword. He's not only going to have this item access advantage, but in other places, going to be able to use them as a weapon and get by that way. So we're getting an early bonk rock check here. Going on for remembering.
Yeah,
Let's see if it's anything good.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to progress the logic to see, hey, if is this where you want me to go in this logic? Well, unfortunately, that was not the case here. And ACMLM is going to be heading up towards the Lumberjack tree to see if Acmlm is going to be required. Hint,
Right.
It's not.
Just noticing that. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the boots are going to make Ice Rod Cave coming up in a little bit a more feasible check.
Absolutely, yeah. You maybe a little less inclined to do it without a sword, but the fact that you can get there fast means that you're probably just going to do it now before you forget about it.
Now, one thing, if one of these runners finds the Moon Pearl, they could do the Jesus Dash, which we did not see in that GDQ run.
Right. Yeah, you're able to set up extra water walking and use it to get a little bit more mobility.
A lot more mobility. You're able to dash right on those on that water.
Indeed.
Get to walk on water faster than you do in Zelda 2.
Right. Yeah, and you'll notice ACM being sure not to try to run through any bushes right now. Of course, you can't get through them without that sword.
Yeah, getting bonked is a loss of time, so anything he does to prevent that is key for him at this point, as we see arrows coming out of the swamp chest.
Yeah, he's going to make a quick re-entry. You got to pull that lever and drain the swamp.
So 155 runners. It's going to be hard for us to pick the... I can't guarantee that we have the top 10 runners here, but we see the bug catching that, and ACMLM is taking a page out of Christos Owen's book and not picking that up.
Yeah, gonna shoot the safety here. Of course, he's gonna have a sword for the end of his run.
But you need the bug catching that for Aga too. I don't think Buane meant to talk to the Lumberjacks, and so therefore Buane now just dodging some birds. And
that's RNG manipulation. That's how he's able to get away from the birds.
And ACMLM is pretty good. Glad to be getting rid of those mini Moldorms down to one bomb, so it was in a little bit of trouble. Furaime is setting up the Houlihan room.
Nice, yeah. This is a classic vanilla move. Basically, if the game miscalculates where you're supposed to warp down a drop hole, and you can force it to do this, you end up in the Houlihan room. Of course, it has a special place in the rando community, is where we name our champions from our tournaments. Right now, it's got one guy twice. Shoutouts to Ben.
I was about to say, I wonder if they've updated it with the 2017 Open winners.
You know, I'm not actually 100% certain they have. But either way, he's in there once or twice. But yeah, getting this Ice Rod Cave check now, as you had called.
And we
just
definitely
for a little
needed
bit of
that.
love.
Yeah, we needed that piece of heart. So John making his way through Hyrule Castle. So
oh yeah,
see if
giving us some tank strats. Oh, and he got a sword somewhere along that.
Oh,
totally
and a lift upgrade.
And yeah, wow. I'm guessing sword escape. We were just busy blabbing.
Well, Gem's gonna have an easy time with the mini Moldorm Cave, as
Buane
Buane and Furaime is checking it with the bombs.
Yep.
Shovel, hammer.
Ooh, that's nice.
Fire rod.
Wow,
that is
quite a package.
Closet. That is a huge closet. And 50 rupees Gem with a lift upgrade and a sword, which is good news for him. So with that lift upgrade, Gem is now going to go check the back 3 of Escape and see if we have anything there.
And now, what we want to keep in mind is if we pick up the key, then we know there's an item in the dark, which he has the lamp to go get much more easily, not to mention the sword to have a more permanent means of attack.
Well, Gem's not gonna have to worry about it with the lamp in hand as we get a single rupee.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Ooh. And it's just the key in the dark as he pulls out 51 rupees. Along with that glorious, glorious moon pearl.
Roach just starting to be making us all jealous of the fact that Willard gives amazing hugs at GDQ. Must be nice. Gem almost seemed like Gem was getting ready to head to the dark world and then remembered, oh, I don't have a hammer yet.
Yeah, not yet, but it is available. And so actually between the power glove and the hammer, we already know that there's no reason to do AGA 1 in this seed.
But how are we going to meet donation incentives if they don't have to go to Acmlm?
You're on the wrong channel, Rick.
Oh, drats.
But it's a good channel.
Acmlm actually missing one of those staffles there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Acmlm missing it all is not something you see. Oh, and going back for that. Smart knowing it would be there.
Yeah, he probably saw that out of the corner of his eye as he was going through the door, like, shoot, I could really use that, especially if I find something very, very nice here. Nope.
But he does have the lantern here, making this next chest not a sequence break. Because into the dark he goes. You guys didn't really get to see this in the GDQ race, but remember what the light cone looks like?
Oh, that's what the light cone looks like?
Yeah.
Anyways, Buane and Furaime are both in escape. They're going to be grabbing a sword real soon. Gem, because Gem has the moon pearl and the boots, may be able to pull off the Jesus dash coming up.
Yeah.
And there's that sword. As we saw on both Wayne and Furaime's screens, they're going to be getting the lift upgrade real soon, and Gem does set up the water dash.
Oh, this is going to be good. All right, so what he's done is basically stored an extra state of whatever it is that causes the fake flippers, essentially, except for it gets him up onto the water.
And because of that, now he's going to be able to go dash his way into the waterfall.
Yep, and as long as he doesn't get a heart piece to an upgrade, and he doesn't, he's going to keep the state.
Nice,
right.
Nice blue mail, though.
Yeah, not bad.
You're never going to...
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, you're never going to complain about getting the safeties.
Yeah. It looks like an arrow upgrade on the Zora ledge.
Yeah, either arrows themselves or the arrow upgrade. Either or, we're not going to see Gem going back for him.
And thank you for the bits, Evan Gorar. As you get a fifth of your investment back from...
Yep. Congratulations.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to guess Buane did that on purpose. Yeah. And he's going to head into the dark.
Yeah, gonna be extremely disappointed to find out that he's gonna go through the sewers to find the key, but it will get him to the end where the moon pearl is, as well as the single rupee and other stuff.
Right. Now we've just got runners for the most part treading each other's ground, except for Gem's gonna make a vanilla entry into Death Mountain here, having the lift upgrade and the lamp. Knows this isn't sequence, though I'm sure he can do it in the dark. Looks like Furaime is going to make his way up the mountain as well. The old man just gives a little piece of heart. ACM doing his death warp. If you're a wild walk it, if you can just be there.
And ACMLM will soon get to the Moon Pearl as well.
Yeah,
now,
interesting play. This is actually entirely avoidable if you remember you have the Power Glove. And you're going to get the key to go backwards if it's in the back, or you're going to...
I think we saw something in the Spectacle Rock, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it looks like Jem digs it, and he's going to go for it. It's a flute. Oh.
Yeah, very much required. All right, so we do see Buane the first in the Dark World, and we see pendants over at Skull, as well as the Palace of Darkness.
Ooh.
That means Bo technically could be over... Oh, we got a sword upgrade from the Hype Cave.
Not bad.
Sword could technically be in Ganon's Tower.
Or you mean the bow?
Bow could be in Ganon's
there could
Tower.
certainly be a sword in the Ganon's Tower. Ooh, and there goes Ice Rod out of Hype Cave as well.
That's nice.
So that narrows down that search. They actually have, they're missing one item to get in the Turtle Rock already. They need one more lift upgrade. Well, and a medallion, my bad. We just don't know which one yet.
And Gem activating the Swag Duck as ACMLM. Going to buy some more bombs before we take care of business.
Yeah.
And I can understand why. I think ACMLM's getting ready to do... Oh, nice half magic from the Stumpy. I think ACMLM is planning on heading over to the Dark World, and you need 2 bombs to get into the Hype Cave.
Right. Gotta blow the door open and then the back half.
All right, digging game time.
I'm gonna call 15 digs. Go right down the middle.
I'll say 8. Okay, I'm wrong.
It was 13. Lucky 13 for a little bit of love. All right.
Okay, I was closest without going over.
Yup, your price is right at me.
Wait a second, that's a tempered sword frame ACMLM. Where did ACMLM get the second sword?
Oh boy,
could ACMLM get the Master Sword inside Eastern?
Eastern had a sword.
Eastern
okay, thank you,
had a
Wolfman.
sword.
Totally missed it.
By the way, that would confirm that it was one of the 5-6 crystals over at the Tower of Hera.
Right. Thank you, Babalu Khan, for the subscription.
Oh, it's much appreciated. Never asked. Buane's heading to the Dark World via Skullwoods.
All right, this is a pretty high percentage play. Gotta like it. And too fast for me. Look like just arrows on the pyramid.
Well, the answer is nothing because ACMLM is not going back for it.
Right.
But we are going to get a catfish check.
Oh, wow. Normally don't have a nice way to route this one in. And so he's just going to do it while he's at pyramid. It's about as close as you get. Unless you can get it with like a legendary trip to drop off mushroom too.
So this is starting off to be like a jet seed of sorts.
I'll tell you what, there's certainly a lot of items.
18 minutes in, yeah.
Yeah. We'll see, 'cause there's still a couple of critical ones that might lock this thing up.
Well, not that 20 rupee.
Oh yeah, the big 20 from Catfish. This is why people often don't go visit him. Until they absolutely must.
That lonely catfish, and we can understand why.
And there's a mirror in the sea house.
Oh, that is a nice find for Buane.
Yeah, C is for compact, I guess, today.
Cosmetics.
Cosmetics, we'll do that too.
I like that word better.
And the white Mega Man now. So shiny.
Yeah, I got to see the Mega Man in action on another streamer. I like the blue version of it, obviously, the regular version. White's nice. Red's interesting.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get to see that. I'm not sure if this is a specific Mega Man. I'm not up on the Mega Mans. But we got a Thieves Town dive from Buane here. Meanwhile, ACMLM has also found his way to the village of Outcasts, and it looks like Gem is coming right in behind.
We have another big key.
Well, how about it? Yeah, this dungeon very much the sort of opposite of Pod in a certain way. You get just a quick errand in the front and then go straight to the back, whereas Pod can be a bit more tedious.
So now, this is where we're going to talk about version 28 really fast, because Buane right now does not have that key into the big chest room.
Interesting.
Now, we mentioned earlier, one of the changes in version 28, it is possible for a key to be in that big chest. So there is no guarantee that the maiden cell is going to have a small key, whereas in version 27 and before that, you knew that the maiden cell would have a small key at this point.
It's very interesting.
So we'll have to see if that comes into play in about maybe about a minute and a half from now.
Yeah. And if it does, if our runners end up remembering that, or if one of them comes back and enters the dungeon realizing, oh wait, I never had the key for it, or who knows what. It's just one of those details I could see somebody losing track of.
It's a good, easy way to be to kind of get messed up a little bit. We'll see if it does come into play with our 4 runners here. I don't think it will. I really don't see it will, but it is still a new mode. With this mode, it's only, what, 5 days old, version 28, that is.
Right. And we got 3 Thieves Towns and a digging game. Wow. Furaime just pulling in the big 20s. Too bad he already went to... Well, did he go to Zora? I think he did.
Oh. Furaime ends up getting the piece of heart, and, well, there's the end of that. So, right here is where we'll find out what this seed is doing. And, yeah, not a guaranteed small key.
Now, what would be perhaps more interesting, since these runners do have the hammer, is essentially requiring the double dip, because Blind holds the key. Because I suppose that's in the cards as well, right?
How rude.
Yeah. He was going to put it someplace better, but he can't see.
Being told by Mikan that Blind cannot have a key, so thank you for the clarification.
Interesting.
So we now know that the big chest here in Thieves will have the small key in it. It's going to be a key-blocked key, but that's part of the version 28 to make items more accessible.
Okay. And there's the map. Right.
And that confirms
counting those. But yeah, so we got our first crystal of the run, just under 23 minutes in. A very clean fight from Buane. Blind, of course, having a very interesting damage table. Just takes 3 hits in each stage from certain things that can hit him.
And I like the fact that ACMLM, wait a second, ACM, you don't have a key. Punk! Wow!
Yeah.
ACMLM.exe needs to be upgraded.
All right, we're gonna see an interesting little route here to get into King's Tomb, because we don't have the mitts, but we do have the boots and the mirror.
Very well possible that the mitts could be inside here.
Right, and that's one that not a lot of people know. This time, it's a bottle.
A bottle, and that's the first bottle we have seen.
Yep. You know what that means, Rick?
That means that the sick kid is going to have all of 5 rupees.
Right, but we have to go check him because we must do our due diligence.
Just to answer some comments in the chat, yep, none of these runners have been able to determine whether or not this is a pedestal required seed because we need the book in order to do that. You need the book to read the inscription on the tablet itself. We found a piece of heart in the top of graveyard. That is where we found the hammer in that GDQ race.
Right. Yeah, and just a reminder that it's literally randomized, so any spot in any seed might be the thing. Plus minus the logic.
Let's talk about the pedestal for just a moment, if we could.
Yeah, the speculation has begun.
Yeah, because what are our pendants? We have Skull, we have Palace of Darkness, and we have Eastern.
Right. So bow
really
is
only
right out twice.
Yeah, it eliminates only the bow.
Out of the items they don't have yet, yeah.
Yeah, everything else is fair game.
Yeah, it seems so. And with that, let's see. Well, I guess...
It could be the mids.
Yeah, actually it could. This is one of the pendant configurations where you don't need the second lift upgrade to be able to pull the Master Sword pedestal. That'd be interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I have once. There's magic powder.
Very nice. The ever tantalizing item from the GDQ race.
We never got to see what was in there either.
Yeah, and it probably was something silly like the lamp. Who needs that?
Couldn't be the lamp just because
that's true.
It was Aga required.
Yeah, whoops. Oh man, been a while since I did one of these, huh? Alright, just to check the upper cave for Acmlm as he continues on.
Acmlm has the bow.
Wow. I guess that's up in Skull somewhere? Yeah, it must have been. Wow, I'm trying to watch all the screens. ACM is just so fast.
So we just laughed at him for messing up the key door to the big chest in Thieves Town, but there's a reason why he's considered like a robotic program.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, Buane gets grabbed.
Oh no. And not on purpose, because he was in the back half of that, yeah. Wow. Alright, so bow found. And powder found.
So this is a kind of a big celebratory race after the post GDQ. One thing we do want to point out is we will resume our normal schedule of these races coming up tomorrow beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern, and we are going to do a Swordless Open coming up tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. That would be 8 o'clock Central European time. So if you want to race the run mode that Christos and Andy just did at GDQ, well, there's your opportunity to do so.
Indeed. See if it's as easy as they make it look. Meanwhile, Buane making this Mothula fight look pretty easy too. Getting some okay placement from Moth, but there he goes. I was gonna say, but the spikes are starting to impede.
So Buane will end up getting the red pendant out of here. We don't know, obviously, if the pedestal is going to be required, but there's still a lot of items that are up for grabs at this point. It could be any of the 3 medallions. It could be the hook shot. It could be the flippers, for all we know. And it could be the Tinesmith.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Buane's got to go back and find that bow now. He was banking on an item being in the back half of this dungeon, and turned out no. So he's going to do this with the Cane of Samaria, which is going to make it a lot easier. You saw during the GDQ race, if you saw it, that they had to pull the statue over there, having lacked the cane. So he's going to clear these chests out systematically because, well, that's what you have to do.
You know what the evil thing is? It could still also be the book too, which could be still required to get into desert.
It's, right, if the mitts are in there.
Or the item that gets you to them, yeah.
Yeah. or the book, and then something you need is on the tablets.
To answer Rope Goat's question, it is a very, very frame-dependent trick. The hold, there's the bow, by the way,
Right.
from Buane. It's a very, very frame-dependent trick to pull off the hover, and pretty much it requires you mashing the A button over and over again. If you listen to streamers who pull off the hover trick, listen to their microphone. You're going to be hearing...
Yeah, pretty much, and then some huffing and puffing to go with it, because I'll tell you what, it's just not an easy thing to do, period. So here's the sick kid check, unless that's been turned in. Meanwhile, ACM has found his way to the Tower of Hera.
Heart container for the sick kid.
And the Sanctuary Heart at that. We know it's Sank Heart because it fills up your health. Alright. And that small key coming up early in Hera lets you know, well, you're probably going to need it. In fact, to the tile room.
Well, I'm certain the more you practice that trick, the easier it gets for you to pull it off. I only know of a handful of runners who can pull off that trick. Here's the powder check here for Buane.
Yup. Meanwhile, Gem is in pod, so we got a lot of new information coming our way. A lot of excitement. $50 for the trouble.
Yep.
Some slick shooting from Gem. And meanwhile, ACM does a little tile dance. And Sulfanil, 3 swords were in below Hyrule Castle, the Hype Cave in Dark World, and Eastern Palace.
Titan's Mitten pod.
Oh boy. Alright. So with pod being a pendant, our runners are not really going to be super inclined to go there, but then pod being a pendant based on reputation, these guys might guess there's something good there, which is why Jam ended up there in the first place, one might think.
It's the progression there. You get the bow, you're thinking to check out Eastern and pod.
Right. It certainly opened up. Alright, we're going to see a trick here from Jam if he gets it.
Hammer jump. You want to explain that one?
Basically, he looks like he's going to bail on it.
Yep, yeah, we're bailing.
But you are able to use the explosion from the bomb to propel yourself to just barely onto the platform where that big chest resides. And then that wall is only programmed to be impassable from the inside, because why would you be on the outside of it? Well, because you exploded yourself over there, and you walk on up.
Going into pod as well.
Yeah, he's going to find those Titan's mitts, and that's going to open this thing up for him. Our guys are still looking for that hook shot, though, along with the flippers.
And medallions.
Right, of course. Can't forget your coin collection. Might need 1, might need 2. Already have the fire rod, so Ice Palace is as good as done. Once they get those flippers, anyway.
These guys aren't going to need the flippers to check out the Ice Palace, I'll tell you that much.
Well, if it comes down to it, yeah. But they're gonna need them for Swamp.
Yes, they will.
Yeah. Can't fake flip that one yet, or hover it for that matter. Footwear required.
Hookshot required too. So Gem's gonna check the Dark World Mire area. We're gonna get some intelligence here.
The way I've been missing the calls, I could use some. All right, into the shed. Just $50 on the Death Mountain Island. We won't be seeing that.
Look like bombos.
Oh, for Mire? I was unable to tell. Meanwhile, seeing a spiral cave perhaps the way God intended. Sword and boots in hand. So you can actually dash through things.
Furaime taking the coffee break.
Yep, using the iframes from the collision with the pegs to be able to just keep himself from getting buffeted with tiles. Taking advantage of a similar sort of situation where they're kind of one-way collidable. If you're inside, it lets you out. And... oh, key on the torch. Boots
required for desert.
Yeah, how about it? Luckily, they were in everyone's crit path.
Flippers on Death Mountain in the Paradox Cave, bottom area.
Very nice. We're getting closer. Blue Rang, full Rang collection. And a little bit of love to finish off. And there's the Ether Medallion.
Yep, we find our first of the coins.
Yep. With Bombos on Meyer, Ether might not be a thing.
But I want it to be a thing.
Well, we'll have to see. If you'd eat your vegetables like Yang, we wouldn't have to have this talk.
I'll go get the carrots.
Yeah.
And the trash can. I hear it does wonders against Mylon Z.
Right.
Shoutouts to all the runners at GD Cube. They make things look extremely easy that would be totally difficult for the rest of us.
Yeah. All right. So ACM doing a bit of smart routing here, I would say, getting his flute and his bottle checked in all in one swoop. So the smart routes don't always necessarily pay off, but they do what they do in the quickest way possible.
Yes, that is a Mega Man sprite you're seeing in the bottom left from Furaime. It is the Mega Man with the blue mail currently attached to it.
Yep. Got that Mega Man X. Rockman, I guess, or X. He's a Mega Man's. It looks like we're going up the Zoro for ACM.
About to get ripped off.
Yeah.
Gem did not find the second item yet in the Desert Palace, so back into here we go.
Yeah, you gotta like the route, because basically if he had dove in here anyway, he was going to clear desert for the crystal. So, why not just check to see if Lambo's holding the item? Instead, goes to the big chest anyway.
Yeah, he's going to head on over to Agena next anyways, and there's the second level shield.
Wow, and the other one is sitting out on the ledge. I was going to say, I wonder if we'll just dash over to it for fun. But
it might be required.
You know what? Technically speaking, yes. There is a chance for that mirror shield to be required for its kind of usual use in Turtle Rock. Blocking lasers.
ACMLM about to head on over to the Palace of Darkness, so therefore ACMLM will have the Titans soon.
Indeed. It's going to work out very well for him. Meanwhile, Furaime getting his flippers out of Paradox Cave. Looks like Buane's going to be following behind shortly. He's about to pick up his flute.
I think Buane just wanted to make sure that what he saw was the flute, and
yeah, he pulled away pretty quick.
It up.
Not yet, I guess.
Hopefully later.
And we'll have to see. I mean, he knows it's there now, and he must know about Meyer, right? Like, so he'll get there for sure.
Yeah, he will.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm just trying to tease the route apart, but I guess he wanted to get into Hera first.
That could be a possibility. Furaime now going to be the last one to go into the Palace of Darkness. To answer the question about who is determined to be the featured runners, we usually do select them based on a few variables, and today we decided we're going to try to get you 4 of the better runners that are not over in Herndon, Virginia.
Yeah, it is one of the tough things, because with the community being as excited about GDQ, but then at the same time, there's just such a wealth of skill and talent, too. So, you know.
Buane having such a really tough time getting the, oh, wow. This is just a rough setup here for Buane, who's just trying to get this set up to do the iframes.
Yeah. And there's this Titan. Yep.
Taking up the Titan's mid.
Gem backing off of the coffee break after a bit. Kind of going for it. Furaime gonna be heading over to the. Oh no, gonna do the center first. All right. It's got top is Tower of Hera, bottom is Palace of Darkness. And it's all been done before, so we gotta find that hook shot. These guys would like to find the silvers, but don't really need to.
These are the kind of runners you're not going to see go out of their way to get the silvers.
Not at all. Yeah, because you can use your spin attack and do some damage on Ganon in his 4th phase, but you just got to do it real precisely. Like this bomb jump, Buane's about to nail. He's going to do it. And he gets it. Yes. For a big 20.
Now, I have not seen any of these runners that have been in the Palace of Darkness yet.
Oh, but Gem takes the fall on it.
Oh, yeah, Gem ends up falling down. Thankfully, it's the upper hole, so therefore it's only 1 level down instead of if the thing was not swapped over. Then if that was the case, that would have been 2 floors down.
Yeah, double the punish. What you were saying about Pod.
Yeah, we've not seen a single runner go to the Helmless Star King at this point, and I can understand why. This is a pendant dungeon, but right. At what point do you start having to go on to that mode of, I need to finish all the dungeons I go into?
Yeah, it's a tough thing. With those mitts and the boots, has anybody been to Dark Death Mountain yet?
No, the only one who's been to Eastern Death Mountain so far is ACMLM, and that was before he was in here to get the Tinesmith. He's probably not going to come back here until he has the hook shot, but we may see this come out of Gem or Buane now.
Right, yeah, because Furaime also had made his way up there too, picking up the flippers, but again, having not had the mitts. But we're about to see that bomb jump from him. And I think he's got it. Yup, very nice. Yeah, that's a, you get a couple of pixels to be able to walk up that platform after you fly over there.
So ACMLM now heading on over to Misery Mire to find out the information over there. As Buane checking Spiral Cave, and we'll see Gem do the same thing in just a moment. Oh, Gem is going to activate the portal over here at Turtle Rock, so we're going to see what medallion we need to get inside.
Yeah, it's going to be even more information. We're going to find out, is it Ether? And if it is, you know he's going to open it immediately. That way, on a return trip, you can just pop right in.
The thing is
we see?
If it's Ether,
Bombos.
Oh, it's Bombos for both. I was going to say, if it's Ether, Gem has everything needed to beat the dungeon.
Yeah, that'd be something.
So here's our first check of the cave here, the Super Bunny cave.
And there's the hook shot.
Mountain, and there's the hook shot. That's bad news for ACMLM.
Oh, man.
And there's the single arrow, too.
Oh, yeah, and that arrow that's going to kill Ganon. All right, Furaime wants to go buy some potions here. But you were about to say?
Providing we find the silver arrows.
Oh, yeah. And there's Bombos.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Barry, what are you doing, Barry? So rude.
By the way, that puts us in no mode.
Pretty much, yep. He's going to get his flippers in a bit. And for intensive purposes, we'll be off and running. He'll probably get the other, well, will he get the other sword going around East? No, he won't go back to Eastern.
He's got no reason to go to Eastern.
Yeah, so he'll be doing a Master Sword, maybe Tempered Sword, potentially Silverless.
Gem is going into
that
Gem
rock
is heading into Turtle Rock.
That's interesting. I mean, obviously not having the flippers isn't going to hold him back here. It's just knowing they're right nearby. It's just kind of a funny thing.
So possible Gem's going to activate the portal here. By the way, Buane getting the hook shot now.
Right.
But
He's
Buane
right along.
is not a bomb boost away from go mode yet because Buane hasn't. Well, Buane knows, I hope, that the flute's in there in Spectacle Rock.
Right. He has yet to go get it, though. It's interesting.
If Buane remembers that flute's there, that would put Buane in go mode.
Yeah. Very, very nice.
So, Buane's still checking chest. I don't think Buane also made it. I don't think Buane also made it over to Meyer yet either.
You know, I'm not sure.
So Buane may not think they are in go mode at this point.
It's true.
Really interesting.
ACM just torching the Lambos. Meanwhile, Furaime making his way to the back as well.
But ACMLM is going to be hurting in the fact that Death Mountain is where he needs to go to get the hook shot to go into go mode with the bombos.
Right, but
Just
he probably
the
doesn't
whole-
want to go back there until he has the hook shot for Hook Shot Cave.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's going to be holding ACMLM back in this run.
Yeah. We'll see how quickly he gets over it. As far as hurting in this run, Gem's going to have to be very careful. He's down to just a half a heart. Now, do you remember by chance, or perhaps chat will tell me, what did Moldorm drop?
Moldorm? I think
Yeah.
Moldorm just had a map.
That has been 4 boss maps so far. Completely inconsequential to the outcome of the run, but rather fun. Yeah, it's the boss burrito seed.
And Gem having a half a heart, no problem.
Yep.
We can get on over here. Good maneuvering through the chain chomps, by the way.
Yeah, that was really what I was getting at with the half heart. Very expertly done.
Hookshot was in the Super Bunny Cave.
It sure was. That's such a good spot. And Bombos was in the Hookshot Cave, Rubel.
Yep, in the bonk spot.
So just right after it.
Because here's the part where it could come back to haunt ACMLM, is the whole, let's go ahead and explore dungeons a little more fuller than we need to at this point. And we start in stop number 1, Ice Pass.
For intents and purposes, this is a go mode dungeon. It might contain the silvers, but our runners aren't going to need them.
Well, the whole thing, Rubel, is ACMLM went up to Death Mountain, checked it all with the exception of the Super Bunny Cave, and that's the only 2 spots that he has to check at this point. So
Let's see.
that
Buane
right
doing
there-
pretty well with these hook shots, or the chain chomps as well. Very nice.
So the whole thing with ACMLM is already checked. You don't want to backtrack up there until you're ready to check everything. So that's why it's going to be really, really difficult for ACMLM to get back up there.
Yeah. Now, Gem's going to spend a little time looking for flippers here in Mimic Cave that we know they're just so close by in Paradox Cave. Of course, that's not exactly accessible from where he's at. But he'll get some prize money.
And this is the whole, here's the whole attribute to not going to check the chest in the Paradox Cave before going into Turtle Rock, because these are going to be extra spots for checking.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably also really hoping for another sword too. But we'll see if that comes up. At least in one way, it's like, it's nice that all those swords are next to each other. It kind of makes me wonder, since the all 3 shields are definitely available, if a sword or a Silver Arrow is on Laser Bridge.
Very well could be, because that is part of the rules for the progression at the Laser Bridge.
Right, because as of right now, he doesn't have Cape or the Cane of Burna, which would be the other items that would enable to put that in the sequence. Which actually brings up an interesting point without the hookshot for ACM, the room with the spikes in it where you have to go across, press the button, and come back technically out of sequence.
Let's talk about this here for Acmlm as he does the bomb jump in the room that he needed the hookshot for.
That too. Yeah, I realized what was happening as I said it, and this was the room that I was referring to. The game will never expect you to take damage.
Yeah, the same logic that allows you to do one-hit knockout is the same logic that is attached to these seeds.
Yeah, and those points don't often come up, but when they do, it can be quite the thing. Oh, and Hefe saying, oh yeah, a couple people noting that actually in V28 now. Apparently, the C don't care.
Well, in that case, the C doesn't care anymore.
And there's that sword.
Yeah, there's what would be the butter sword if Acmlm was up here.
Yep.
So again, this is where Acmlm is going to lose some time, and Acmlm is going to still have put up a sub 2, I would guarantee, because of the fact that of all the checks we're going to see from Acmlm, he's going to route these in as fast as he possibly can.
I'm only a little bit disappointed to see that Ice Palace map. Kind of wanted it on the boss.
I know. By the way, have we seen the map for this dungeon yet?
I don't think we have.
Well, we'll see when we go to the menu.
Yeah, we did.
Yep,
okay,
we do. Oh,
right. Pattern broken, shucks. Meaningless pattern, meaningless. But really nice so far. Perfect. What do you call it? Trinex fight here from Gem. Getting it just as quick as he possibly could.
Buane
taking no hits.
Sword as well.
Yeah, very nice. Taking some hits in that last section to make sure he gets it done quickly. When you get the health refill coming, that's no big thing.
Furaime's in Ice Palace as well.
Yeah, and I guess he doesn't know where the hookshot or the bombs are either, so he's going to take some of these same time losses that ACM is.
Yeah, we know the pedestal is dead. It's just, when will Gem get into the Paradox Cave to get the flippers? When will Buane go back into Spectacle Rock to get the flute?
Yeah, that's basically it. We got two of our runners sitting just a bit away from go mode. Both of them sitting very close to the item they need. One of them has seen it, the other has not. So we'll see what happens with Buane when he gets out of here. And I expect, after this very clean Trinex fight, that Gem is going to be making his way to his flips. Meanwhile, Buane just going to town all the same.
Yeah, easy fight when you have the Tempered Sword, half magic. This is no concern at all, as Gem is now officially 2 chests away from go mode.
Yeah, he's just got to go do what we would completely expect him to. Very good fight from Buane. I hope we're saying that right.
If not, we'll be learned how to say it at some point in time this round.
Yeah. There it is.
And there it is at 53 minutes and 1 second. Gem, the first of these featured runners to be in...
Go mode? Is it go mode?
That is correct.
In answer, TNT, the hookshot was in what is called Super Bunny Cave, and then Bombos was in what is called Hookshot Cave. So you kind of have to do those in that order. Which, what was Bombos was in the bonk chest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how about that?
So Gem going into the Ice Palace, and this is where we're gonna see this dungeon go a whole lot faster for Gem in go mode.
Yeah. Keep your eyes peeled on Gem's stream. Meanwhile,
Buane remembers.
Buane remembers, and he's gonna get his sub-hour go mode as well. Man, we are off and going.
And ACMLM's back at Death Mountain.
All right, well, here he goes. Looks like things are going to work out well for him. Didn't spend too much time, lost a bit to Ice Palace, but we'll see.
And Buane just has to go activate the flute just to verify what the medallion is required for Misery Mire. Once he does see the bombos required for there we go. We are going to have all of our runners in go mode.
Yeah,
well, we're going to have these two runners in go mode.
Right. And in pretty short order, I believe ACM's going to be right there. And
yeah, this is a whole lot faster for ACM to get back up here than I would actually thought. This is good news, though. This is really good news for ACMLM.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, Gem is doing the bomb jump with the switch down.
That was amazing. He nailed it. He nailed the bomb jump.
That was a beautiful bomb jump.
Absolutely. 10 out of 10.
Try this again with the things up. Touchdown.
Yup, nails it. That's my favorite thing that I've seen in a while.
And Buane now getting confirmation of the go mode. ACMLM picking up the bombos out of the bong chests. Now go into Super Bunny. No, go into Super Bunny.
What are you doing? Go back. You gotta go back. I guess he wants to get that open. That's fair enough.
I hope so.
He'll go pick it up, open it up, go in. Even if he does, actually no, that's a lot of chests. Huh.
I think ACMLM.exe still needs that upgrade.
We'll see. We'll see what he does. But meanwhile, interesting play from Furaime here. We're getting that big bomb check. I'd kind of lost track of what the 2 red crystals were. And so we'll see if in that extra spot in the pyramid, if there's anything good or maybe even 2 nice things.
The only thing that really could be good at this point would be something defensive or the silver.
And he's pulling the trick here.
ACMLM is in Turtle Rock without checking Super Bunny.
Oh, Furaime messed up the bomb trick. And yeah, ACM diving into TR means he's going to end up checking some extra chests. He might end up with Gold Sword. Depending on whether silvers come up, not going to be that big of a deal. If they don't, I'd say it's a bigger deal.
And ACMLM does not know that the item that he desires is so close away.
Yeah, wow. And to think, like, he went to Hookshot Cave. He did the bonk chest. Huh. Wow.
And you can see where him not having the hookshot is going to come back to haunt him in this room here.
Yeah, you gotta do yourself a slow route.
20 rupees was in that first chest.
Yep. And got Furaime to make his way into the pyramid. Yeah. 300 more.
Both items found.
Wow. All right. And big 20. And the red mail. So there you go.
So there's our golden Mega Man.
Yeah.
Gem checking Swamp. This is going to be another blitz-filled dungeon.
Yeah, you saw Ice Palace went by so fast without the need to check all the chests, and we're about to see something very similar. Both of these dungeons with a little, well, this dungeon just in the randomizer, you don't need the big key, period, to get to the boss. Then Ice Palace with just a tiny glitch or a little bit of finagling, you can get to the boss without the big key. So they just kind of blitz by, as you say. Meanwhile, Furaime making his way up to this Death Mountain. We're probably going to see him activate up at Turtle Rock.
Yeah. And Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, hopefully Super Bunny Cave.
I will
say, want to see him do that.
I will say in Gem and Buane's case, and it's going to also be the same case for Furaime if Furaime decides to check it as well, their decision to do the Turtle Rock as if they were still needing items is actually going to save them time overall.
Yeah.
Because remember, Tempered Sword versus Ganon versus Master Sword versus Ganon.
Yeah, and especially if the silvers don't turn up somewhere. And in particular, they would have to basically be in Gem's way at this point. Like, you'd have to throw them at him for him to pick them up. Because he wants to get this thing done.
Watch Argus ends up having him.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's true. They could be any of the remaining boss fights, somewhere in the search for the big key in Ganon's tower. Who knows?
Yeah, we do know that Buane's not going to find him here because we already found both of the items here in this Misery Mire, as Gem ends up heading up straight to Argus.
Yep. Isn't going to spend any time with that. And yeah, the Silver Arrow sorely missed on this fight with the big eyeball and his little eyeball friends. But all the same, Buane has done it, and Vitreous is dead.
Nice fight. Done and over with. And Buane probably getting ready to head on to Swamp afterwards, or maybe Ice. Probably Swamp first.
And why do you say?
I don't know. Actually, no. Buane still has to do Desert, so never mind that.
And actually, could Buane's tracker click the flute button?
Shout out to our trackers.
Yeah. Thank you, Flesh.
Can't forget about Mikan's box as well.
Well, yeah, I knew that Flesh was doing the top ones, but yeah, shout out to Mikan as well. All right. There goes the Swamp Crystal for Gem. Mikan calling to get the net. His most beloved item. But, alas. Alright, and so... Dungeons starting, dungeons finishing, dungeons well in progress.
Dungeons we've seen the items in already.
Yep, and we're gonna see Mire from Gem now, and we know it's just some rupees, and we know he doesn't care. He's just going for that big key and to get on out, which it seemed like it went fairly quickly for Buane, but then amongst the rush of all these runs, I'm not sure that I really got to watch the whole. Yeah, and ACM getting his 4th sword upgrade as we knew he would. He was the only one who pulled the sword out of Eastern Palace.
Gem, by the way, is probably about 3 or 4 minutes away from going into Ganon's tower.
Oh yeah, wow. He's got, wow. Yeah, with 6 crystals in hand, he's gonna go beat up an eyeball. Really just crispy in this first room of Mire. Think about the only way you could have done that steam the slightest bit faster. Probably still loses you time to pull out the Cane of Samaria there. Meanwhile, ACM putting that gold sword to work. Easy peasy.
By the way, if you'd like what you're seeing, don't forget we're going to be doing daily races beginning tomorrow. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, we are doing the Swordless Open category, which is the same one you saw at a GDQ.
Sure was. Exciting race there.
And then coming up at 8 o'clock tomorrow, we are bringing back the Key Sanity because we got to get ready for that great big Key Sanity tournament that has over, 168 entries so far?
Something like that. It's absolutely wild. And the mode itself is a, oh, it's a joy.
And then tomorrow night, 11 o'clock Eastern Time, will be another open mode.
Very nice.
ACMLM, where are you going?
Spike Cave?
This is not fine.
Oh, man.
This is not fine.
ACM, please. Oh, man.
I really hope that ACM remembers. Well, guess what? I don't have anything to protect me against this room. I don't have the way to get through to the end.
Right.
No. Uh-oh. Oh, back off the mountain.
Oh, jeez. I wonder where he's going. Is he thinking Hook's in Swamp or something?
Might be thinking it's gonna be an overworld quest thing.
Well, I guess he hasn't been in the mire yet, and he knows that he can.
Well,
So-
let's go. He's gonna continue to complete dungeons he can.
Yeah.
And
And hoping it's there. Unfortunately, we know it's in an overworld spot. And so as he enters, Gem begins his exit from the first floor, while Furaime put the hurt on Argus. And then, likewise, Buane has started Swamp Palace, so just a little crisscrossed high-five action there.
so Buane now
We're gonna
doing.
see. Did not get the cane dash out of Gem. He was setting up for it, but kind of slipped.
Buane now in Swamp doing the go mode here for Amy. Now going into our great friend Misery Mire. Isn't that fun?
All sorts of fun. Got these dark rooms. You need a weird cane to push a button. There's a bunch of eyeballs. But now this dungeon is, it can be fickle in the randomizer because of the big key placement. Absolutely need it to finish the dungeon. And there's some less than accessible chests. You kind of have to sit through one of the longest cutscenes in the game for the one, or just go through just a ridiculous amount of meandering. But Buane has been putting that hook shot to work as a movement item, and it's been a joy to see.
Wow, Gem just crushing this Misery Mire. Unbelievable. And
580.
Gem, at 1 hour 6 minutes, is going to be our first of the runners to get on over to Ganon's Tower. Epipoliticus, you know what we do here.
Yeah, I sure do, and I think at least some of our chat does too. We're not going to run the bot on this one because it is a giant race with other contenders that aren't on screen, so somebody else may actually be ahead of Gem. But go ahead and get a numeric, or in this case, you could do a room guess as well. Where's that Ganon's Tower big key? It's generally 1 to 22, 22 being that tile room usually, but we base it off of our player's route, so if Gem's feeling sassy and he goes tile room first, that's number 1.
Actually, technically, that'd be number 3.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey. He might go over left side, grab a key. Or no, you wouldn't even need the key. You could just press the button. But,
That's right.
you know, yeah. So if he was feeling extremely saucy, we'll say.
Yeah, we're gonna skip those first 2 chests.
Yeah, I mean, he knows it's in tile, right?
Yeah, and then we have to wonder about collusion.
Well, then we have to wonder about sanity, really. But, yeah.
Whose
So,
sanity? The runners are ours.
everyone's, I think. But especially poor Argus, who is now exploding.
Number
into a-
7, by the way, is my guess.
All right, and I go with 11, so maybe it'll work out into a Slurpee.
Oh, thank heavens.
I'll be saying that when ACM gets his butt up to that Super Bunny cave. Come on, man.
know, right?
I guess part of it too is, and this is gonna sound condescending or something, it's just I know how good he is, and like this is just a demonstration of how the randomizer works, basically.
This is what happens when you forget a spot.
Yeah, it's just whoop, gone. And you think, well, I checked it. I know I checked it, or you don't even think whether or not you checked it.
And this also shows it happens to the best of us.
Absolutely. Yeah, because ACM's certainly among the best of us.
And we do get 2 small keys, so Gem is going to check right-hand side.
All right. Now, does he do tile room?
Of
Not a
course
chance.
not.
All right. And this room can be trouble depending on how the Stalfos behave. But Gem makes that door no problem. Putting a half magic fire rod to use, getting rid of the Gibdos, and getting a clutch full magic pickup. Very nice. I'm even gonna get the small one to recharge after using the cane. That room loves you. Alright, so we're at 5 and 6, picking up bombs. There's probably some vanilla placements for this dungeon.
And 7, still nothing as well. Buane not too far back, just has to finish off this ice palace. Then Buane will be joining Gem in this inside Ganon's Tower as well.
Indeed, and I just want to comment, that was a really sweet dash from Gem to get down that conveyor and not trigger the star tile, because he would have ended up right in a hole if he had triggered that.
Down in a hole. 7, by the way, is no. For those wondering about where the hookshot was, it was in the Super Bunny Cave on East Dark Death Mountain. And there's the Cane of Berna and the book.
Yeah, your old wise man starter pack. And some keys.
And so still no big key.
All right. And so we're now up to 11, both of us wrong. But the old man starter pack in between. 12.
12's a no.
Oh, Stalfos, please.
Stalfos just not want to play nice. It deserved that death.
Yeah. Well, he kept trying to eat the boomerang. I think he wanted it.
Yeah, I know.
Meanwhile, we're getting a couple extra overworld checks from ACM. We'll see if silvers pop up anywhere. Just bombs there in the peg cave. He's got his frog friend in tow. With the mirror, you'd expect him to take a quick route to drop him off. He's got to be... actually, at this point, at 110, you can't be feeling all that bad about it anyway. Cape. So that was 13, yes?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see a room off ignored in the vanilla game.
The randomizer room. Furaime now going into Turtle Rock. We'll be able to pair that together with the trip into Ganon's Tower. Maybe
there
doing Master Sword. There's the big key in the randomizer room.
So it's 14, 15, number 16? Sweet 16.
If you guess number 16, you win Epibliticus. Tell them what they win.
You win a gift certificate to Cold Stare Creamery. Courtesy of
refunds.
Dr. Bob-tastic.
No refunds.
Yeah, no refunds. Also, if you can't find the location, that's on you, sorry. Shoutouts if you do know where it is, though.
Going to pick up some potions before heading into Ganon's Tower. Gem into the gauntlet. We're going to start keeping an eye on anybody who has finished this run. Nobody has that done just yet, but we're going to keep an eye on that as we move along throughout this. It'd be amazing if we have the number 1 winner here in a 155-person race.
Yeah, that would certainly be quite the sight to see, and we're certainly rooting for Gem to bring that to us. All right. Ooh, crispy in the first room for Gem. We're in what we call the gauntlet now, because it's going to be 5 rooms in succession. Just enemies. The doors close until you kill all the enemies. Yeah, doors closed until you open. That's like bootless until boots, I guess. All right. And taking a little abuse from the BMOS, but all in all, still keeping it real clean. Buane has got his trip back up the mountain underway. And we're into Lambo 2 for Gem. Wow.
Oh, solid.
Wow. Just absolute artistry. Meanwhile, watch the crystals dance for Buane.
Yep, Buane heading into Ganon's Tower is the second of our runners.
And ACM still working all the other overworld stuff now. Huh. And a bit of a cane misfire, even surprising Gem there. He's just like, what? Why is the door not open? And I guess it was just a matter of timing?
Yeah, he didn't get the bottom right. I think it may have been just a little too high for it.
Perhaps so. Meanwhile, looks like we are seeing a full right out of Buane as well.
Oh no, ACMLM is going to gamble on Swamp.
Oh boy, he's gonna show you all the rest of Swamp now.
Oh my god. And again, this is showing that ACMLM is human.
Yeah, I mean, there's no deterministic way to always win a race. The way the randomizer works is you go on a heuristic, and that just means that sometimes there's going to be a seed that doesn't quite fit your pattern.
Gem using the magic powder to the advantage here to replenish on health. Needed it really badly, and Moldorm 2 saying, try again.
Too far ahead. Yeah, let's see it.
Well, we just found where the other medallion is.
Here on the first chest swamp. Meanwhile, Furaime gonna be picking up Tempered Sword.
No.
No.
Got the key. Going right straight.
Oh, alright then. Yeah, good call, didn't see it. Oh, and I missed the, what was Valley? The last chest.
It was something.
Yeah. Wasn't Silver's.
We know it's just a valid run.
Just a bottle. Alright. Well, if this is OOT, you could put it to work in this battle right here, deflecting shots, but instead, gonna give us the sword spins. And that's just as well, pulling the double. So my understanding is shots 1 and 4 in the set are always 3 projectiles. Shots 2 and 3 have a chance of blue ball, but only from the center agon. Well, the
nice. Aga 2 for Gem.
Could have been a triple, didn't even need to be.
Gem is just clobbering this seed.
Yeah, mashing it right down to a paste. Meanwhile, hammer strats from Furaime here on Trinex, and he cleans it up. Very nice. ACM continuing his trip through Swamp and Buane through Ganon's Tower. He's just a few chests away from picking up his big key. He's about to get in that room. Meanwhile, Impa says that mark on your hand means that you are chosen to awaken Zelda.
So we're going to see some silverless strats here, but with the Tempered Sword, this is not going to be a bit dangerous fight. Besides, Jim also picked up all the safeties.
Indeed, he's got plenty of time. Well, plenty of safety, I should say.
Buane about to go ahead and pick up the big key to make his way up to the tower.
Yep. And one of the things you got to be thinking from anybody's point of view at this point, at just an hour and 17 in, you know that everybody else is racing this seed too. So when you're ahead, you feel like everybody else must be ahead too. And when you're behind, you might feel like, well, maybe I'm not so behind.
Furaime checking extra chest, trying to maybe pick up another sword, but unfortunately, you're not going to come across it. You were close, but it wasn't going to be. Light world for the arrows, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, and in that time, we do have somebody finished first.
Yep, we ended up getting a Smoke Meth Daily ended up getting first place to kind of stun ourselves here as Gem going through the Silverless Ganon fight.
Yeah, head by with a time of. We'll give you his time if you're.
Yeah, it was 1:18 and change.
Yeah. Putting these spins together.
13.
And there it is, GG Gem, putting the spins to work with just the perfect timing.
Oh, that is a beautiful fight for Gem anyways, getting the 12 needed. And Gem will finish in second place overall in the race.
Yep, and there it is, official. 1 hour, 18 minutes, 39 seconds, just 26 seconds behind the first place.
Unbelievable. And we get Riz Nation forfeiting from the race. Buane now here still with a chance to get third.
Yeah, two of the top three on here. It's definitely a thing.
So, gonna go ahead and try to get some discussion here from Jem. So, give us a few moments.
Meanwhile, ACM turning in his bomb, getting his red mail. Buane just working his way up the tower now, and seeing a somewhat rare these days full right side from Furaime. Gonna put that cane of Burna he found to work to get all the way through to the Ice Armos, and that's gonna end up costing him some time because he needs that big key over on the left side. It's in the rando room, so it's pretty deep in. So he's gonna end up doing essentially a full clear of the bottom floor again tower.
Yeah, Acmlm still checking stuff, trying to get that hook shot, which is unbelievable. The fact that Acmlm has forgotten something like this.
Yeah, look at this point. There's like no reason for him to have not gone, which is really unfortunate. Meanwhile, Buane gonna make his way and get a bottle.
Well, Furaime ended up going to the Armoses after going to the right-hand side. As Buane
he
now
went
gets
full
done.
right. Yep.
Yeah. Trying to get Jem in here to do a post-race conversation if it's possible. It might be difficult to do so, but congratulations to Jem on the second place finish. Nobody else has finished just yet.
Yeah, just those top two. Oh no, Terror has finished in third with...
No, Terror ended up undone and then forfeited.
Oh no. Yeah, oh, missed that. Oh, that's too bad.
Buane done with the Aga 2 fight going on.
We're gonna head off to the Big Pig.
So I wonder where in the light world those silver arrows were.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We never did get a ped check. And it would show up as something like the Razors, I think, in the credits here. So it's like the one more place we'll get to see.
Pocket change was on the pedestal.
Ah. Just a tiny bit of rubies. On our tracker, Mikan pointing out that silvers may have been from the green pendant. Of course, nobody ever checked it.
That is a possibility too, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess nobody ever earned it. Which is just as well.
Yeah, the green pendant was what? Eastern, right?
It was, yep, a vanilla green pendant placement.
Meanwhile, Buane on the Ganon fight, and we're still waiting for a third place finisher.
Yeah. And ACM just letting us know just what he thinks of all these chests in the meantime. He's got to get back up there at some point. Oh, and there goes our third place finish, just ahead of Buane. Understand our stream is on a delay. And I don't know that Buane is finished yet, but Sonic Ham has it 1 hour, 24 minutes, 25 seconds.
We'll go ahead and give you some of the finishers here as we move
Yeah,
along.
they're-
As Buane goes up against the Silverless Ganon. We've never mentioned this, but the torch glitch is very important when you're trying to do a Silverless Ganon fight.
Oh boy, a tie for 6. Well, does he start rolling in?
As Buane now going ahead, finishing up here. ACMLM back in the Palace of Darkness. And Buane ending up finishing off the fight against Ganon. I think we're down to one of the final hits. Needs to re-energize the torch. And there it is. Buane is done.
Yeah. And so to read them off
we
quickly.
can go ahead and talk about our finishers now. Evanitis ended up finishing in 4th, 124.45. Cransoon 5th, 124.51. And there was a tie, as you mentioned, for 6th.
Bentizi and Buane at 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 59 seconds. Sub 125. GG. Well, yeah. Well, that's fun. Yeah, our SRL race tracking goes down to the second. It relies on input from our users to indicate the finish. So.
And Jim has declined with an interview with us, and that's kind of understandable given the fact that it's, 6 o'clock in the morning their time.
Something like that. He has stayed up quite late to presumably watch the GDQ race and then participate in this one.
Yeah, give a lot of props to the people that ended up playing in this race.
All right, we still got our top 7 that are 6 as our finishers.
Yeah, Furaime still with his chance to go for a top 10 finish, as people are starting to finish up in this run, as we're seeing.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, as we've noticed here, the credits are a little different than what we saw in version 27.
They are. A couple of updates here. Some phrasing and grammar.
Look at that item menu time.
Ooh, very crispy, Jim. Very nice.
And we welcome Buane. Nice
Hello.
job with the 6th place
GG.
finish.
Thank you, thank you. My first tie ever.
Yeah, tie hype. How about that?
Yeah, real hype. GDQ hype, straight into tie hype. I like it.
So now, obviously, here's the thing with regard to this run. You were the second finisher behind Gem as far as the restreamed race was concerned, but both of you guys did something interesting, and it was a left behind item for Go mode. Gem didn't go into Super Buddy, whereas you left behind the flute inside Spectacle Rock. So explain to me, what was your mindset when you ended up seeing the flute in Spectacle Rock?
When I saw the flute, I still didn't have hookshot. If it had been the last item I potentially needed for Goma, because I didn't know Myers' medallion. If it had been the last item, maybe I would have gambled and said Myers gonna be Bombos, or at least let's go check. But I didn't have hookshot at that point. So I said I was going to grab it once I was done with Death Mountain on my way out. After I got hookshot, I knew potentially, and I guess Bombos, which is when in Hookshot Cave. Then I said, I could be in Go mode if Meyer is Bombos. But if it's not Bombos, and I didn't have the other 2 medallions, sometimes you have 2 out of 3 and you can gamble that. If I went all the way down there and it was Ether, I was going to feel stupid for not doing T-Rock while I was up there. So
how happy were you to see Bombos?
I was pretty happy. That's very nice. It has to be, obviously, the first thing you're going to check there is let's see if I'm actually in Go mode, and I was. So that was good news. If I wasn't, there were still a lot of places to check, so that would have been a bit of a bummer.
We do have some other finishers coming in here. Jinja finished into 8th with 126.59. Zyrak 9th with 127.02. Weighty Words 127.10 for the first sub 90 for them. Congratulations to them. Smite in 11th with a 127.51. Same time with Ink Nun.
So that's
Great
2
time
ties
for
in
those
our
guys.
top 11. Well, that's awesome.
Korek
yeah,
in 13th with 128.15.
Very nice. But yeah, that's gotta feel good finding the just the right medallion plate for you, and just altogether, really great boss fights throughout, and
It's funny. I've been doing more NMG recently. I got into this game for just the randomizer, but I've been practicing NMG a bit. And as we were getting towards the end, after you found Tempered in T-Rock, it had the distinct feel of an NMG run. You had Tempered Sword, you had Green Mail, you had about as many hearts as you're going to have, and you're looking at all these boss fights saying, oh, that's great. I know these fights now. I've been practicing.
I was going to say it helps, right? Like, if you want to get better at Rando, do the NMG route. Plus, there's an NMG tournament coming up. At the very least, watch if you can't get in. It's has a bit of a personnel limit. But, yeah, this game just... It never gets old.
Definitely does not.
Furaime now here against the Ganon fight right now, and didn't get the torch glitch, so it's going to have a little bit of more issue. And don't forget, Furaime's doing this with the Master Sword. And ACMLM here trying to figure out where this hook shot is.
Yeah. Now, Furaime never went down Laser Bridge because he was able to, he pulled his keys a certain way, and I guess was in the position where he didn't think he needed the bridge at all.
Yeah, he was in go mode at that point.
Yeah, and then ACM, for some reason, has just left out Super Bunny Cave. And may be remembering it now. I think that's where he's heading.
Sabrashla, by the way, was only 20 rupees. So where are these silver arrows?
Yeah, how about it?
Ganon said Light World, right, for the silver?
Yeah, we're running out of locations for that. Stogie Town, 14th, 128.35. Chex Human, 115th and 129.24. Girdle, 130, 17th. Young, 17th, 130.31. Korea, 18th place. That time coming up soon. But yeah, we were running out of locations where those silver arrows can be. And
goodness.
ACMLM trying Spike Cave again.
Oh, man. For a big 20, that's gotta hurt. They could be on a tablet, Flesh is pointing out. That would technically be Light World. Oh, my goodness.
That would be.
Oh, man, that's silly.
And a 20 rupee was the prize. Like... So doing Silverless Ganon here has got to be a tough fight, but doing it without the torch glitch has got to be a whole lot harder.
Yeah.
So what was your thoughts overall about that run, Buane?
It was pretty laid out in front of you. I was really annoyed that I did a full clear of Skull Woods there, trying to follow the Fire Rod to some progression and got absolutely nothing. All of the progression was in the front of Skull Woods.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for you.
I was a little bummed out for how much faster the seed could have been. You know, not surprised that someone like Gem ends up, 6 minutes ahead of me.
Right.
I think ACMLM's doing it finally.
Yeah, I guess that's where he's off to.
Oh no! Oh, that's good. That's good. Furaime does have a blue potion. I was worried that they just ran out.
And meanwhile, we have rounded out our top 20 as Furaime's approaching the end of his. With Mentos Man, F. Coughlin, Dat Lassett, Big Dunka, I'm the Schwartz, Wolfie, and...
Here we go, ACMLM checking Super Bunny. Finally. And GG to all the runners here.
Yeah.
The top 20, by the way, is only the top, 10% of this run, 12%.
Something like that.
Come on, Furaime, you can do this. We should be getting very, very close. It's 24 spins to get this.
Lot.
And there is the hook shot, and we're going to bomb that chest.
Yo. There's Furaime's last spin. Now she's got to get across the bridge. Which doesn't seem like much, but... There he goes. In 25th place, Furaime with a 133.26.
Shady Force finishing in 26. Well, we have another tie. Shady Force and Yukabonk.
Wow.
Well, you end up with a big race this big. You kind of would be guaranteed to have a few ties in there.
Yeah, and then I guess with the seed going as fast as it did too, that's like, if you got into the math of it, it's like fewer numbers of seconds that you could pick, I guess. So that's pretty cool. Well, yeah, and then what did you think of another early Turtle Rock, Buane?
It gave you the little care package right before Turtle Rock. That was very nice.
Yeah, that was definitely the good stuff.
Going up the mountain with no medallions at all. Finding the exact medallion you need right there, and getting hook shot, which speeds it up a tiny bit too.
Yeah. No, and the funny thing about that Bombos placement, which I guess is what led to ACM to his situation right now, was that it's in the bonk chest. So you get hook shot from Super Bunny, you think, oh good, hook shot came, and there it was without the hook shot.
Yeah, it's funny. I've forgotten that exact location that Acmlm did while being restreamed on Speed Gaming. Also, it's not a good feeling.
Jeez,
he's gonna finish a lot faster than I did. So
something in the internet connection or the water or something. I don't know. We'll have to get that checked out.
You wouldn't think it'd be possible to really skip that spot, but I guess it is.
I mean, we're all only human, including Acmlm, despite what people say.
Let's have a GG for all of our runners, by the way.
Yeah, let's get a wall of GGs in the chat. We're rounding out the 33 finishers. And so we had, oh gosh, what dungeon was it that it came up in? Thieves Town, was it, Rick? A little bit of the new logic.
Yeah, the big chest having a small key in it. What was your thoughts about that?
I saw it for the first, this is only maybe the third or fourth seed on this version, and the first seed that I ran had that same situation, and I was panicked, thinking that I had forgotten the key under the pot or something like that. And I was saying, wait a minute, what's going on? What's going on here?
That would be nerve-wracking for sure.
It's nice because it saves you the check of that, so it's actually speeds it up probably on the average to have that not just in Thieves, but added to the logic everywhere. So it's it can only help as long as you're paying close attention to picking up all the keys.
Yeah, absolutely. But as you said, it can be if you're not ready for that sort of thing, like, oh wait, because I know I myself in Ice Palace, the room with the little black swimmer dudes, the one under the pot there, I've walked through that room like 3 times, like, where's my key?
Yeah. It's just another thing. You got to get rid of that. It's not necessarily muscle memory, but it's mental muscle memory. Knowing, okay, I've gotten this many items, but I know that next item's got to be the small key, so then I'll check the big chest, and then suddenly you open the chest and it's not a small key, and you're all thrown off for just a couple seconds.
Absolutely.
We've had a 4th tie for 36th place.
So we'll go ahead and recap some of the times here. 30th place, we had Rywick with 134.25. Sabin, 134.32. Acmlm finishing off Swamp Palace, and now off to Ganon's Tower. Dragon Master 283 with a 134.41 for 32nd place. D-Spangs 33rd, 135.44. Zelga Desan 136.52, and Makinix 137.01.
The Shyvox 137.24. The OK Guy tying with him at the same time. Followed by Minochi 137.58 for 38th place. And Sidario just coming in with a 138.25. Again, we remarked that our streams are delivered on something of a delay, but since these runners weren't featured, I'll give you the times ahead. I suppose we hopefully have a lot of new folks in chat. Why don't you let us know what you think the cool parts of these runs are? Any other thoughts from you, Buane? I mean, you're certainly welcome to hang around, but we don't want to make you feel like you have to stay.
No, I mean, this was the perfect. We got the perfect GDQ race that we could have ever asked for, and this was a pretty nice celebratory follow up. I think for everybody getting a relatively
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We have Sailor Jade, It's Supercurrent Unfit, 40th, 42nd, 120, 139, 27, 139, 27, 139, 28.
Wait, the tie got picked weird.
It did, but it's based on the seconds that you got done. So wow.
Interesting. Yeah, wow. So like a 2-second window there.
Clearly, we need more 150-person races to get these ties out of them. That's all. We'll get used to it. Everybody can have their first tie if we can do it.
Toyso with the 1-second snipe on Patty. Well, Patty BS. I'm not sure if that's Patty or somebody else.
No, it's not.
But I'm sorry, Buane, you were saying.
No, we just need these larger races to. This was my first tie. It's probably a bunch of other people's first ties today, and
yeah.
It feels nice, this was the biggest. I think this broke the record for the first qualifier from the last tournament. I believe was 150. Yeah. This was 153.
Something yeah. Pretty great.
Nice to be a part of history.
Indeed. And in the top top 10. I say like the top 10. I was gonna say like top 5% or so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice finish, especially up against, as many people that were in this on the restream. I would say with certainty, the other 3 people on the restream all are superior players to me. But it feels good to not mess up on. It feels good to not mess up in front of a bunch of people. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
More relief than anything else. That hey, I didn't forget something. I didn't mess something up. I didn't die to cold stare or something like that.
Right. And you're certainly showing humility there. But I will tell you for sure that you certainly hang right neck and neck with these guys, and obviously proved it.
Well, thank you very much. I haven't. I got into this at the end of the spring tournament. Didn't really start playing until. The last tournament had started, so I know we definitely have a lot of newer people in the chat, and even participating in this race right now. And, it doesn't take long to pick this up. It might take a while to really, elevate to a mastery, but it does not. This is fairly open. It's a game most people are already familiar with. It's pretty classic kind of gameplay. Right. So it's nothing but fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, really well put. It's like most really good games. Quite easy to learn.
Just want to point out, according to Mentos Man, Silvers was on the Bombos tablet.
Well, there it was on the tablet. Now, Mentos Man went and got that? Or I guess he probably did it after the run. There's no way he did it in the run. Otherwise, he's an absolute madman. Alright, yeah, he confirms he did it after his run.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to do so. You just pull up your save, and there you go.
A little playful banter over some close times here.
Yeah, here comes the next round.
Yeah, we're pushing towards the 60th finisher now. We just had Ozapone in 58th with 143.13. Luguru, 143.24.
Yeah, just going to go ahead through the back pile here. Files 56, 140, 252, Haikyuu type. 142.29. Sage Lord 141.51. That's in 54th. Someone finished in 53rd. 141.46. Hacksaw 52nd. 141.14. All the ones and fours. Agdebacher 150.48. And James 140.44. That's James FNX.
Right. The other thing, it's been sitting here on the screen for a bit that I want to remark on. This item count is ridiculously low. You got 216 places you check for things, and both Gem and Buane coming in under 140. Gem almost with like a sub 130 for that. Like,
a lot of chests open in GT too. I don't know if Gem did right side first like me, but it was fairly. You had to go fairly deep in GT, so.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Gem did go right side.
Yeah, okay. So realistically, when it comes to like the progression items, if you kind of factor out GT, Yeah, that comes down to practically a chest a minute. That is unbelievable.
Very, very few overworld spots really.
Right, just a couple of key ones.
Yeah, here comes the next wave of finishers. We'll recap them coming up in just a moment as ACMLM continues to pile his run up the tower. Just a reminder, coming up tomorrow, we do have another 3 runs of the Link to the Past Randomizer with the return of the daily series. 2 o'clock will be the standard, not Starry. It'll be Swordless Open.
Right.
Coming up at 2 o'clock, and then Key Sandy at 8 p.m. and Open at 11 p.m. tomorrow.
Swordless Open, where we will all do as well as Andy and Christos, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm very sure of it. So if you want to run the mode that both of those ran at GDQ, that's coming up at 2 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. That's at 8 o'clock Central European Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Epipoliticus, you want to go ahead and give us runners 60 through whatever we are at now?
Sure thing. In 60th place, it's Plasma Kappa. 1 hour, 44 minutes, 11 seconds, followed by Nifboy with 1:44.15. Leslie Pro, 04, finishing in 62nd, 1:44.24. Oh, just missing the triple there was ACM. Up to Herfy Durfy in 63rd place, 1 hour, 44 minutes, 35 seconds. Brewers Fan with the 1:44.44 for 64th place. BBB Kermit, 65th, as Aga2 goes down for ACM. Very good. BBB Kermit with 1:44.48. 10 seconds later, we have Recidador in 66th. Mal with a 1:45.02 at 67th. Chirality with a 1 hour, 45 minutes, 13 seconds time to earn 68th. And looks like we got Truzzle in 69th with a 1:45.52. Sabatender in the top 70 with 1:46.21. We'll see this Ganon fight before we get to the rest.
Yeah, it's got to say something when 145 isn't good enough for the top 70.
Yeah. Well, tells you 2 things. It was a very quick seed, and there were a lot of people. Both of these things are very true.
A lot of skilled players.
That too. Of which there are no shortage.
Absolutely. We're going to be looking forward to looking at some of these more skilled runners as we move along here during the daily races, as well as the upcoming Key Sanity tournament we've got coming up here on Speed Gaming beginning at the end of the month.
Indeed. And don't let the remark that there's plenty of skilled players here intimidate you. What it means is that, as Buane was saying, it'll take a little bit to pick up, and then you're going to have to, take some practice to get really, really good. But it's not like it's not fun.
I will point out that also don't forget that just because your skill doesn't mean you have bad days. I think there's a runner that's in the bottom right corner that would qualify as that because of how long it's taken ACMLM to get to this point.
Yeah.
So once again, with the Tempered Sword, it's going to be 12 hits, just like it would be with the Tempered Sword. Or Butter Sword, it's 12 hits, just like it would be with the Tempered Sword. Trying to get Gad in the right spot, then he'll relay the torch.
Right. And he did get his torch glitch, so lighting that left torch before the right goes out will let you just have to light the left torch. Shout out to Zelgadisson, one of the runners from our race, putting in the subscription.
The support is always greatly appreciated.
GG to ACM. And I just realized Zelga's message.
ACMLM is going to finish in 73rd place. You want to give us the other couple of runners that were ahead of him?
Let's see. We had gotten 70, I guess. And so we had Fox Zero with a 1:46.33, Chloe Power with a 1:47.18, and ACMLM with a time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 14 seconds. So round out our 4 featured. And
the comment? Yes! Top half. So with that we'll complete our 4 featured runners, a extremely fast run if you
Absolutely.
knew where to check.
Yeah. And just absolutely so much fun. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. We know you you stepped away from GDQ, a lot of you, to come check this out. I hope you go back to watching GDQ, and you come back tomorrow for some more speed gaming events as well.
Yeah, be sure to go ahead and double check the schedule we've got coming up, because we got a lot of the great things coming up, especially tomorrow. We got 3 things on the schedule for tomorrow afternoon, so be sure to watch Speed Gaming for those coming up, as we do congratulate all of our finishers right now. We'll go ahead and give you the remainder of the runners that we've had finish up until now, and then we'll get on out of here, and we'll send you back to what's going on with GDQ as they get ready for the finale. You want to go ahead and give us runners 74 through 80?
Sure, let's do it. We got Edgeworth, 74th, 1 hour, 49 minutes, 19 seconds. Unos, 75th, 1 hour, 49:33. The Firewood King taking 76th at 1 hour, 49:45. Kern, 77th, 149:48. So close. He's just a boy in 78th place, 1 hour, 49:52. Slim Kirby, 79th, 1 hour, 50 and 12. And then Magnon, 17, or maybe Magnan, 1 hour, 50:26. So that's your top 80 here. A lot of fun.
GG to all of our runners. GG to everyone behind the scenes that got us on the air. Special thanks to Mekon and Flesh 177 who handled the tracking duties for all of us here.
Yes, thank you so much.
And so we'll get on out of here. Once again, just to remind you, we've got Binding of Isaac coming up tomorrow. Final Fantasy Randomizers League event going on tomorrow at 1 o'clock. The Binding of Isaac begins at 10 o'clock. And then we have the daily races tomorrow at 2, 8, and 11. You can always take a look at the schedule. So let's get on out of here. We'll send you back over to the Games Done Quick host in just a moment. So I'm Adirondack Rick, Epipleticus. Send us on out of here, won't you?
All right, well, as Rick said, he's been Rick, I've been Epi, and we hope to see you back tomorrow. Go get your GDQ on, everybody.
Have a wonderful night. Good night.